All right. Hello, everybody. And by everybody, I mean the one person who might be online right now watching this. Welcome to the DGen Nation. Obviously, this is a little bit different setup when you normally see me. Normally, there's two other idiots up at top of the screen.
Now
But
there's just one
now
idiot.
we've got another idiot here. Tom and Tom from Tom and Tom Racing, or just Tom, I guess you are.
Just
Obviously, if you've been a fan of ours, you know exactly who Tom is because you've seen him quite a bit. Tom, what's going on, man?
oh man, I'm just happy to be here. Cool on a Tuesday night, putting out some stuff for the clowns and DJs. Thanks for having me on. It's fun. We're going to be doing the late pick three tomorrow at my home track. I know you may think it's a little minor league track, but at Delaware Park. So let's like I said,
Well,
very happy to
it's
be here.
it's funny
Let's
you say that because that's kind of what we're going to try to continue to do here on Tuesday nights. We are going to because me and Tom have not exactly always gotten along. Tom's okay. He's a decent guy. I think people tell me. Never to me, but he's people like him. So
No, it's fine. I
we
mean,
we
AJ's a nice guy. He's just a horse's ass. I mean,
yeah.
that's
Well,
pretty much.
in terms of our game on our show, Sarah currently I believe is the horse's ass, as I've now won 2 in a row against her. But what we're gonna try to do here is so Tom, what do you do at Delaware Park?
Uh, I am like a social media guy. I don't know if a lot of folks follow me on Twitter or not, but I just put out content, try to spread the word. We're not Saratoga. We are not Del Mar.
So you
I,
you do
I do.
nothing. You do nothing at Delaware Park. You show up and you play the races probably yourself. Randy does the same thing for my racehorse. I get
Hey,
it. Yeah.
hey, they've got the best thing about Delaware Park now is they have their own brewery. They
Oh,
literally
they have
there's
a
a brewery.
brewery?
They have a brewery
No.
inside the track, and it's awesome. So that I am very
That's
excited
gotta be a
about.
first, right? Is that the first brewery
I
ever
I
at a racetrack?
in an actual racetrack, I believe it is. We're a small gem.
Wow.
But yeah, they
That's
pump out.
impressive.
Yeah, and you're not paying like $15 like you are for like a Miller Lite at Del Mar. You're paying $4 for a pint of craft beer at Delaware Park. So
That
that
they brew
I'm excited
themselves.
about. Oh, there's the bats and everything. They've got
Wow.
I think 4 or 5 different kinds.
Wow, I will give you
IPAs, a
that. That's
light,
kinda
like
cool.
a sour.
I
Yeah,
did not know
it's
that. I
fun.
will give you that. 1 point
Thank you.
Delaware so far. That's pretty cool. Welcome the
It's
champ.
fun. Well,
We gotta
thank you.
welcome the champ real fast. Guillermo's in the chat, who
There he
is
is.
currently yeah. Shout out to Guillermo, champ of the Del Mar Survivor Pool.
I called it. I knew it. I've been calling him Mr. Delmar for like a year and a half now. He is. Yeah, no doubt about it. He was,
We should have.
but
Weren't you the
I'm
one?
proud of him.
Weren't you the one who asked for lines too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And
yeah,
Guillermo's going
if
to be
we're gonna
even
give
money,
you
but
lines, and yeah, you'd have made a
I would
killing
still
on
would have played
Guillermo.
him. What's up, Guillermo? The king.
Yeah, shout out Guillermo, our Del Mar, the DGen Nation Del Mar Survivor Pool champion. The Saratoga one is still going on. However, I was beaten, which I do have something I need to say about that because this is how bad this show is going to continue to be. Is we're already off topic, very much so. Is the fact that
Right
the
on.
week I lost, everybody who was in there, picked the favorite, or two of the competitors picked the favorite after a scratch, obviously, but the scratches happened 2 hours before, and our rule was you can't pick the favorite.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
So King somebody in the first race, I don't remember the name of the horse that ended up winning, went off the favorite prior to scratches and 2 hours before post time. Not to mention 2 weeks or a week before that, I was the only one to pick a winner 2 consecutive weeks in a row, I believe, in the Saratoga Survivor Pool. So I'm a little, yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. But anyway, back to what we're doing. So if you guys don't know, I think we mentioned the show a bunch of times. I strictly play kind of the NYRA tracks. I'll dabble in Del Mar and I'll do whatever tracks that obviously we do as far as the picks that we give out on our Friday show. But I'm mostly a Naira guy. Tom, obviously, they gave him a job at Delaware Park. No one knows what he does there, but he does work there as on the payroll. I guess, right?
I get fed well.
Yeah.
And I
Okay.
like their beer.
Okay. So he's
But no,
stealing money.
but
He's stealing money from Delaware Park, and I only play Naira. Tom, if you don't follow him on Twitter, Tom Racing on Twitter, he talks about Delaware Park all the time to the point where you're almost going to want to unfollow him because
I've had a couple of
it
people
gets
do that.
annoying. It gets so annoying. But yeah, I mean it's whatever. But so here we are.
Fine.
And if you look at the title of the trip, it's called A Trip to the Minors. Like this is our Major League episode, Major League Back to the Minors. Scott Bakula, who again is me, coming back to the Buzz or whatever the hell the name was of that terrible Major League
that
movie.
was a terrible movie. But you know who's in that is Walton Goggins was in that actually.
Yes, he was.
You may know him from The Shield.
Downtown.
Yeah,
man. Scott Bakula, great cast.
Yeah.
But I just found out Delaware has a brewery, which is awesome. So I give him a little bit more respect. However, this is what we're gonna do. Because obviously, I mean, if I can cap Saratoga, pick big winners there, hit the pick 4 last weekend.
Yes, he did. Good for you.
Blind squirrel
finds a nut every
I mean, obviously, I should crush Tom's little puny track up there in Delaware. So that's what we're gonna do from now on Tuesdays. Hopefully, me versus Tom. We'll give you out a pick 3, pick 4, pick 5, whatever it may be, sequence. We'll see who does better come the end of the Delaware Park meet. How long do we got left at Delaware?
We go until like the 15th or something of October, give or take.
Okay, so we got a little bit.
We still got some time.
We got a little bit of time for me to just assert my dominance over you as the alpha male on this show. So,
whatever, man. That's fine. That's fine.
But the first one we're gonna do tomorrow, Wednesday, this 18th card. Tom was very adamant the fact that it's going to be very rainy there. It was rainy there today. It was going to be rainy tomorrow, and mostly going to be off turf. So we are going to do the late pick 3 because again, it's already all dirt races. Now scratching's withheld. Obviously, we don't know how that's going to be. I'm sure Tom already has the inside track, so he's going to like all my picks will scratch, and then his will probably win.
Never, no.
But
I have no inside info.
Oh, sure. I mean, you don't do anything. I mean, what else do you do besides just get the inside information?
I take pictures. I take pictures of jockeys, and they like it, and trainers, and they like it, and just promote goodwill. Something that you're not used to is being nice. Is something that I try to do.
What is that cup you're holding?
Oh, it's
is that the
by Tom and Tom Racing mug?
Is that the clip art images that you got on your Twitter page?
Really? Yeah, that's where we're going. Okay.
Who made that for you?
I've got a team of people. I got a yeah. They're in a warehouse. Yeah.
How much you pay for that cup? Like to get that specially inscribed, you've paid like $80 for that thing.
To get this engraved, you can get it for the low price of $20.
Wait, to get that exact one?
Yeah, I have 16
that's a ripoff.
16 different saddle cloths, actually.
16?
We digress.
You're selling cups, Tom? Do people buy those?
Sarah bought one.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, people do buy.
Well, I feel like she felt bad because you send her a bunch of tea all the time.
That's good
from
point.
Out there in Delaware. Yeah. That was a pity buy, Tom. Let's be real.
I know. Hey, I'll take it.
Yeah, that's true.
She took a picture of it at Del Mar, so I'm like, cool. Tom's at Del Mar.
All right.
We're not in the minor leagues, as you like to say. Anyway, we digress.
Look, I mean, I don't want to say you're the minor leagues, but obviously you're just if let's say Del Mar and Saratoga or Naira is the NFL, Delaware is like
The USFL?
Like, that's a little much. That's like Division III football. Except with older horses or players. So here's all right. So we'll get into it. Obviously, we've kind of just
just gone.
We'll see how the next few weeks go, and we'll see.
We did have a beautiful 11-year-old horse win yesterday. But anyway,
I think 11-year-old. We just talked about an 11-year-old who ran at Arlington when we talked about the Arlington Mile. Well, I was a big fan of Carmack. I really wanted the horse to win.
I actually did. I actually like that horse too. Yeah.
So, shout out to Carmack and all 11-year-old horses who are still running. Because good for you.
Hey,
and if you're still getting claimed,
the oats are the same whether they're at Delaware or Del Mar. The oats
sounds like if you get an 11-year-old still running, you're clearly putting something extra in the oats. But I guess that might be that could be Southern California too. Who knows? All right, so let me pull this up. We are starting on race 8. It is an $8,000 claimer, which is kind of a joke. For 3-year-olds and up, we are going 1 mile and 70 on the dirt. It is probably going to be a sloppy track, a wet track, correct?
Think so. Yeah. We're calling. It stopped raining, but it poured for like 10 hours today, and I think it's going to be off and on tomorrow. So it was a little tough. It was a little tough, like we were talking this afternoon, to see, because we will have scratches, quite honestly, and we don't know, is the track going to be? Is it going to be raining? Is it going to be? So that's what's tough to do 24 hours before race time. But let's get into it.
All right. Well, how about this too? I don't know what how in depth you've looked. Do we give an extra horse in case of scratches to fill in for any of our picks that do get scratched?
You know what?
I mean, good possibility they both get scratched, but we could. I think we should have I think we should have a sub, Tom.
That's fine. I didn't prepare for that, but I can do that on the fly.
Neither did I. I just came up with that on the spot.
Do it. I love it. I love it. That's fine. Yeah, it's almost like the Survivor pool. And I don't know who's running the Triple Clowns account, but that could have been the funniest thing I've seen all day. The comment in the
11-year runs fast was because AJ pulled up. So obviously Sarah and Randy are too busy to come on the show, but yet they can come on here. And
again, AJ, I think that's why it's called the minor league show. It's you and I. I mean,
very true.
It's and towards the end, we got to figure out who's going to get custody of who will get custody of us. You know, will Sarah?
Is that what we're playing for, the third spot on the Triple Clown show?
No. I'm the step clown. I will always be the step clown.
Dennis says you're selling A cups, B cups, and then he was wrong.
Dennis doesn't know what A cup, B cups are, but we digress.
He's never seen an A cup or a B cup, Dennis. Come on. All right. So again, 8K claimer, 3-year-olds and up, mile 70. You want to go first?
Yeah. I'll lead off. Maybe we can alternate.
Fair enough.
Sure. Yeah. There is a horse here that I am in love with. Dr. Ann.
Me too. Oh, son of a bitch.
What? Dr. Ann.
When you said in love with, that's exactly where I was going to, because I like that.
I've seen Doc. Obviously, you know, you're going to get sick of me saying I've seen this horse, blah blah blah. But I have seen this horse run. The last time she ran, she was a bit of a bomber. And my guy Angel Suarez is one of the hottest jocks around. He had a hat trick on Saturday. He won at the first yesterday. I think he won the first race yesterday. But this horse has got everything you really need. It also has the best speed, and she's run against 3 or 4 of these other horses, and you look at the past performances, she's always on top, and she's beaten my other horse, which is 3, Ragtop, a couple times. 3 is a good horse. I like the jockey switch on this 3. I think with I like the jockey switch on this 3. And I like the drop in class for the 3 as well. Second time off the claim. is another attractive feature about this 3. But yeah, if I could, and we're not getting, what is it, 6-1, 7-1 for Anne. We're not going to get that. 8-1.
She's 8-1 morning line.
Yeah, we're not going to see that because she's won, as you can see, the past 2 races. She's hit the toe board 3 of the last races. But yeah, so I have 3, 4, and my third horse here is the 5, Fairy Wish. That's Fairy, Fairy. AJ. I do like the third off the layoff.
Oh, okay, Tom. Tom came to play. All right.
I like the third off the layoff. I do like that late kick that Fairy Wish has. And I'm not sure if she can win. I'm going to play those 3 horses both vertically and horizontally. My scratch horse is going to be the 7.
Ooh, 7.
The 7. I struggled with this 7. I was struggling with 7 and 5, who to drop, who to add, and I decided the 5. But I really like Selfie. I like that they're going back to a route here, and yeah, it's an interesting place here for this horse to be. First time running at Delaware after running at other minor league tracks out here on the East Coast. But
also, I mean, that horse has been called up to the majors before. It's ran at Churchill and
yep,
and it's gotten the call. Didn't last long, but it got the call.
No, did get the call. Yeah, I have 3, 4, 5 with alternate 7.
All right. Shout out Fat Wally who came in the chat.
What's going on? Hey, Wally. Yeah, my chat's all screwed up. I can't see anything. Thanks, Wally.
We appreciate the support, Fat Wally. Okay. Again, I was mad. I wish I would have gone first on this one because I absolutely love Dr. Ann so much. When just looking at the fact that the 2 in a row here, both at kind of this distance at a mile 70. I don't know much about Angel Suarez, but I do know like that's one of the jockeys at Delaware Park. When I see the initial on time form, I know what the first name is. Like obviously, like that's a popular jockey. I know who that is. So when you've got that,
he has been hot, like I said.
Yeah. And 4th leading jockey right now at Delaware. So,
yeah,
clearly he's got an opportunity to maybe even go forward. Yeah, I think the 4 with the pace scenario, I think it's almost a borderline single, but we're only doing a pick 3, so I will try to I'll go a little deeper, because it's only a 50-cent pick 3, correct?
Correct.
Right. So yeah, you're not Saratoga. You're not doing a dollar pick 3 here, obviously. I like the horse that actually came in second to this horse twice now. The last 2 times it's been on the dirt here at Delaware, and that's Don't Charge It.
Yep.
There's one thing I've seen. This horse, especially the trip it got last time, was so wide on the outside. I mean, it probably ran an extra furlong farther than Dr. Ann did when they ran against each other and still just missed by a neck. I think this horse is starting to figure it out here at Delaware. And I think at this point you got to imagine that Gorham, I don't know how to say that, Michael Gorham. You would got to think he's figured out the fact that, okay, I've lost this horse twice, but not a whole lot. Like in 2 races, less than 2 lengths. I've got to have figured out that, okay, this is where we need to be to win this race, because I do believe this horse can win this race, and especially too if you're going to give me a price at 8-1, I will go ahead and go for that. I am all in. I'm on the 5 as well. Fairy Wish. That's the 9 is the only place we differ. Is the fact that I like the fact that this horse has never ran at Delaware before. Comes to Delaware, was a 3-5 favorite, and let Dr. Ann and Don't Charge It come up and beat them.
Ann was not supposed to win that race.
Yes. I mean, yeah, obviously heavy favorite 3-5. I like the second time trying to beat these horses. First time ever being at Delaware, sure. All right. Has been here now, is coming back in its second race there. I think this horse is easily talented enough and fast enough to win this race. Obviously, there was a bit of a uh, concern there with the vet scratch back in late July, only 2 weeks after um, she lost to Dr. Ann and Don't Charge It. So coming back now, I think this horse might be poised. We get a different jock on board. Um, yeah, I just like the kind of fresh start it almost has coming back now for the second time at Delaware. So this sequence, my three main horses are going to be the 4, 5, and 9. And I did not, even though I was the one who kind of thought about should we do this? I like Ragtop, but you picked Ragtop, so I won't. You picked the 7-2. Oh, you didn't pick the 6, did you?
I did not. No,
Oh,
I
give
did
me
not
the
pick the
7-2. Give me the 7-2
Yeah.
shot, the Mortal Storm.
Yep, you can have it.
Outside of Dr. Ann, and I'm sure you kind of thought about this too. If you like Dr. Ann, you had a hard time kind of coming up with who you're throwing in that ticket, didn't you? Because
except for Ragtop. Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, I almost, if I actually, depending on what happens, because there's going to be scratches come post time tomorrow, I may single Dr. Ann, see what happens.
Dr. Ann, it was so hard to do at 8-1 though. But I mean, honestly, when you look at it, again, that was my favorite horse in this race. I had a hard time really even making a case for other horses, except for Don't Charge It, just because she lost to Dr. Ann the last 2 times by not much, and had a decent trip where she could have won the last time out. So obviously, I think she's capable of winning. So that's the only reason. I mean, she was my second choice by far, and then I told you why Fairy Wish, but Mortal Storm, I don't think has ever run here. Former Gulfstream horse, spent a lot of time.
Yep.
Ran here last time out, but it's taking a big class drop. That's why I'm going there. And you've got your is Rodriguez not your leading jockey right now?
Yes, he is.
Yep. So all right, look, again, kind of
with Gary. I mean, with Gary Cap on there, it's a that 6 is a pretty good horse.
It's sort of my same angle there with the 5 is like, all right, second time ever coming here, been everywhere else. You get the best jockey that's here right now, the hottest jockey for sure. Yeah, why not? So yeah, that'll be my scratch horse, the 6 Mortal Storm.
Yeah, and the 6, he just went over to Rodriguez. Geraldo was the jockey before, so yeah. I could.
Well, I mean, when you show up the first time and then now you get the meets leading jockey the second time you run. I mean, all right, well,
well, Rodriguez is getting a lot of his wins with Ness. He's actually hasn't been lighting it up recently. I think he won 1 yesterday. But just I don't know. He's not my favorite jockey. We'll leave it at that.
Did I fuck something up? 72-1 on the 6, no. And I'll take it. Did I say 72-1?
I think Dennis doesn't know how to add. I think he said 7-2.
Yeah, I thought so too. I've talked to Dennis before for the first time like a week ago. He's not a smart guy, so
no.
Yeah.
Oh, right. There he goes. All right. 7-2. Anyway, all right.
All right, Dennis. Yeah, you settle down. All right, so I am on the 4, 5, 9. Tom is on the 3, 4, 5.
And then your alternate horses.
Tom's on the 7 alternate. I have the 6 alternate. Hopefully that won't be important, but on a rainy day, everyone, who knows? So let's go to the actual allowance race here.
Woohoo! Yeah, big one.
That 42K allowance. Wow, that's a really low level allowance race anywhere else, but it is race 9, and it is part of the sequence, and we are going 5.5 for $42,000 on the dirt.
6.5.
I have 5.5.
Okay. Oh, I can't read. You're right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Please don't ever question me again.
It is 6.5. They never go 5.5.
It is 6.5.
Other way around. I'm sorry. Yep.
All right. Well,
You're on mute.
is it 6.5 or is it 5.5, Tom?
6.5. 6.5.
It's 6.5 for real. Time form has it fucked up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. Brisbane
time form
has
has
it.
it. Time form has it at 5, which I mean changes a lot. Obviously, that's a whole other furlong. But I'll stand by my pick. So I guess we're going 6.5 on the dirt.
5.5. You're right. Anyway, yeah, 9 year. Yeah, it's race 9. Yep.
Count to 10 in your head. Don't get mad.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. So
I
can I
can't
proceed?
read.
Can I proceed in telling about this race?
Of course.
Dennis, Dennis says it's got it at 5. 5.
Yep.
Yeah, Dennis knows.
I know.
See, all the guests. Yeah, there you go, Dennis. Dennis gets it.
Race 9.
No, Dennis, you're back in my good graces. Way to go, buddy. All right, so let's try this again. We are going to race 9. It is going 5.5 on the dirt. It is a 42K allowance race for 3-year-olds and up. Are we good, Tom? We good? All right.
Good. Yeah. Man.
All right. So we got a 6-horse field here. I'm going first this time, right?
Yeah, man. That's fine.
All right. So, all right, 5-horse field, obviously, or 6-horse field, sorry. The one thing that stood out to me when I was kind of looking up Delaware Park for the first time ever, because I've never given it a second thought, was the fact that I had seen the leading trainer and the leading jockey at Delaware. He's got a horse in this race.
Mm-hmm.
So, and especially at 5-2, I know it's a 7-year-old, but it's also won 2 in a row, including a starter allowance at Pimlico. Obviously, they're hot right now. So, and I think the last time it ran at Delaware, it put up a pretty massive number. Oh, and beat the horse that I picked in the last race.
Correct.
And when it's so last 2 starts at Delaware by a lot. Winning 5 and 7 and 3/4. Coming now back to Delaware, where obviously it's comfortable running, training well, ran a 47.15. Back in 6 days ago. Obviously, this is its track. 5-2 is hard to beat here.
Yeah, it broke its maiden at Delaware back last year.
So right now, top jockey, top trainer, 2 wins in a row at Delaware. That's almost 4 wins in a row, realistically. So the math doesn't really. So yeah, I gotta take Le Weekend. Le Weekend. That's like The Weekend, who did the Super Bowl halftime show. The 5. Yeah, it's hard for me. Just looking at everything I've said, hard for me to leave that horse off my ticket. The other one, which is the horse. Well, I take it back. The horse I just mentioned that caught up in you is the 1. I like the 1 here a lot, actually. I know it's gotten second the last 2 times out here at Delaware, but it has run well here, and I think it's it came back, training really well right now. When you look at the last work, ran at this level just last time out, but did not break well, didn't look good. I like this horse coming back. I know it's 7-2. It's not a huge price that you're going to get, but if I don't take, I don't know. This horse just kind of seems like it's going to be the one that beats me. If it does, I know I was very close to pulling the trigger on the 2, so I will make the 2 my scratch horse. So I'm going to go 1-5 as my 2 choices. I would make the 2 my scratch horse.
I can't really talk smack about your picks. I mean,
Oh
I
man, damn it,
the the
Tom.
the five, of course, is I'd almost like to single it here. And I'm gonna go. Damn it, just to be different. We
Okay.
literally had the same picks. Um, I'm gonna do the two as my other main. My Erica.
Mhm.
I like the drop. I mean, it was running back, running the big leagues. Good jockey trainer combo as well. Not as good as the Ness Express and Rodriguez. And I do.
What's it called? The Nest Express.
The J that's Jamie Ness's nickname. Yeah, the Ness
Okay.
Express.
Love it.
Um, but yeah, I mean, I can't really say anything about bad about your one. The one's going to be my scratch horse. It's yeah. I guess sometimes simple minds think alike. Um, what did you think about the six? The six I had the hardest time with. I really like the horse, but I question why the big layoff on the six. I mean, it might be the five's going to be the favorite, but I think the six will be the second choice. But I'm I question the layoff, and if it beats me, I'm gonna be upset. Charlie is a pretty he's a really good young jockey. But I wanted to see what he won last time out. Uh,
Mhm.
um, but of course that was 2 months ago. I wanted to get your take on that six.
Okay, so uh, the six to me, like when I look at, obviously it was down in Florida, and I'm sorry, I don't like Florida horses, especially for some reason. Like I refuse to pick them in the New York tracks. I will kind of say Delaware is like a little brother to that, to the point where it's almost like I just that ship never seems to work out for me or
Yep.
them either. I yeah, they came back this last time and won. But
And
yeah,
he beat the one. He beat our
yeah,
one.
it did
Caught
beat the
up.
one,
Yeah.
but again, the one just uh, could have. I mean, had like no, I wouldn't say like an authentic like break, but I mean, didn't even look like it was interested in even running in that race. But
Right.
I do think it has got the speed. Um, yeah, I'm not a fan of the Florida horses coming up. Even the wins it had in Florida. Like if this horse beats me, sure, it's 9 to 5. Like it should beat me. Like I didn't pick it.
Well, and that's
You
yeah.
know,
And Dennis said he questions that those odds. Yeah, it's I don't know, but yeah, that was a horse that I had a hard time with.
like I mean, I get the 9 to 5 morning line. Strictly, it won here last time out in the starter, but it's making a class jump here, and it's not like it necessarily was like the clear cut favorite in that race.
Right.
Like
Right.
it, I mean, it didn't exactly impress you. I mean, again, caught up.
No. No.
I
But
mean, could
I
have
like
easily
your
won that race.
I do like your analysis though on with Florida coming up. That's a good.
I
I can
didn't know
respect
if it
that.
was really the same here, but I kind of figured it couldn't be much different. I don't know. For some reason, that same time zone and the long trip seems does not work out well a lot of times. So I no like Dennis. I get the 9 to 5. You look at the lines, like I think it should be a really low priced horse, especially some of the numbers that's ran down in Gulfstream. But I mean, when it's just one of those things. I mean, morning lines are made on public perception. I don't know if I mean this horse won a 51K allowance race at Gulfstream not that long ago.
Yeah, that's not
So
too shabby.
yeah. So I mean, at six, we're going 5.5 or 6.5, depending on who you listen to. I mean, I get why it's a low price. 9 to 5 is a little low, but I think 2 to 1 or something 3 to 1. I mean, wouldn't be that
Oh, I got you. And
bad.
I didn't mean to go down a rabbit hole of a horse we're not going to play, but that was one of those head
Well, I mean,
scratcher ones.
it's definitely worth talking about just because it
Right.
is like the favorite right now. So you do kind of
Yeah, and
draw.
neither of us liked it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean it's coming up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right.
What did we each pick? 3 horses, and we picked the same 3 horses.
Uh yeah, I think we each picked two main
Two,
ones
and then a
and then we just
scratch.
had a separate scratch horse.
Yeah, and which all three was jumbled. And you even said, didn't you switch just to be different?
I did. Yeah. I did.
So
But no, I did like Erica that too, just literally based on what we've been talking about. A lot of
mm,
class. I mean, she was running down at Churchill. I think did she win at Oaklawn? Yeah, she won it.
She
Yeah,
won a couple of claimers at Oaklawn.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
But
yeah,
again,
but
an odd layoff, an odd 55-day layoff for Erica as well. And these trainers know more than I do. Obviously, maybe it's pegged it for this particular race for this particular day. Who knows? I don't know much about the this trainer has 2 races here at Delaware and won one. Not too bad. Not too bad odds. And Raul Mania is one of those sneaky jockeys that could get his picture taken on a horse like this.
I mean, it is weird because I mean, you're coming off of a $104,000 allowance race at Churchill, and then you're coming into this.
Yeah.
And then that horse that Jungle Juice was just ran in a stakes race at like at Ellis Park or somewhere, but still, I mean, was a stakes contender, got like 4th, I think. So yeah, it's a weird drop. Well, I don't want to say it's a drop because I'm tired of. I've been disrespectful enough to Delaware Park. You have a brewery at your park. You can't be that bad. So so that's big, but I mean, it is. I mean, $50,000 drop for sure. $60,000 drop.
Yeah, it is a big drop. Yeah, this is going to be a good race. I hope there's not going to be scratches. Then it would really suck because it's only a 6-horse race. But
yeah, what did you think of the 3? Because the 3 kind of made me think a little bit.
Yeah, I like the 3. I do like the 3's last race. But I didn't really see much else in that. I like Robbie. The jockey hasn't really been having a stellar meet. But this is a horse that I think look at 2 races ago. I'm starting to discount some Monmouth horses that run at other tracks because you're running without a whip, then you're going to a whip, and then you're going without a whip. It's something that I've just started to pay attention to probably within the past month and a half. That anytime a Monmouth horse comes to Delaware or up to Toga, I almost want to lay off it because the horse doesn't know what the hell's going on. You know what I mean?
Well, and it doesn't necessarily give the best like indication of like, okay, what about all the other horses? Like, say you're a speed horse and you ran at Monmouth. What about all the other horses that didn't get the whip coming down the backstretch? So it's hard to almost trust even pure speed there right now, going anywhere else.
Yeah, it's a weird angle, and who knows if it's good or not. There's not enough data to, but it's just something that I've been paying attention to.
Yeah, well, we talked about that at the start of the Monmouth meet. Was just a fear fact, like if you got an easy front runner, just bet the house on it. You would think because
right. Yeah. Oh, and our buddy Trusty comes in again. Shorter as a mid-level trainer in Kentucky. Okay, so then there you go.
I mean, he must have had some trust going into the highest level allowance race. I think Churchill has.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'll get a picture of him, Dennis, for you if I see him.
There you go. If he's there,
I'll tell him that Churchill's greatest security guard said hello.
All right. Well, we got one more, Tom. Let's
race
finish
9
this off strong. No, it's race 10.
Yeah.
That was race 9. I'm not good at math. It's race 9 that we did. I'm not good at math. That's not math. That's just counting in
I'm not good at numbers.
Fair enough.
I need like the red. I need the red 1, the green 5. That's the only way I can do stuff.
So you don't even know how to count. You just say, okay, so red is 1, white is 2.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Blue is 3.
Green. Blue. Yeah. Blue minus green.
All right. Hey, whatever works for you. I would imagine it'd be hard to explain that to your teachers in middle school, but what? All right.
They know how to problem them.
They just accepted it. They're like, yeah,
Yes.
he's gonna go work.
They're
He's gonna go work at Delaware Park.
You're too tall to be a jockey, so you're gonna have to you're gonna either have to be a good trainer or do something else. I mean, I'm not a young guy like you. There was no social media when I was a kid, so I didn't have the dreams of a young age.
Was algebra weird when you seen 2x, so you thought it was 2, or like 2?
I thought right. I'm like, who's the alternate? Like, is it right? Are they paired or is it?
Yeah.
Is it two?
Yeah.
Is it two shug horses? Is it two nest horses? What? I don't get it.
Yeah, clearly high school algebra Tom did not do well in. All right, so that's
race 10.
I like that. All right, yeah, race 10. We got another 8K claiming race here for 3-year-olds and up. We're going a 1.70 on the dirt. Again, probably going to be a wet, sloppy, muddy track. Given the weather going on up there in Wilmington, Delaware right now. I went first last time, so to finish off this pick the 3 sequence for us.
Yes, sir. And it's Stanton, Delaware, is where Delaware Park actually is, just to let you know.
Oh, well, time form says Wilmington.
No. What is time form now? Anyway.
Thanks a lot, Craig. Made me look like an idiot.
I do. I like this one. A lot. Andy Simoff's horse. Andy is a good trainer here at Delaware. He's winning at a 24% clip. And what's interesting is he just claimed this horse, but if you look who had him back in December of 2020, Andy had him. Interesting. Gave him up. This horse ran for about 7 times for Jamie Grubbs, and now all of a sudden running back here again at Delaware. But anyway, I like the one on those many levels. I think the 5-2 odds are spot on. I like the jockey. I do like this. I do like this one. And like I said, Simoff might know something that we don't. I don't know why he gave him up in the first place, but then again, he got him back. That's like a weird Chad Brown move. You see that happen with Chad Brown every once in a while, or Cox. Second horse I like here is the 4. He's got that is Green Growth, and that's not just because I like green things to grow. The 4 combo of I have written down here. I do like the front. I do like the late kick, and has a good combination of the late kick and the early speed. Ran a hell of a last race. The 4 did. The one thing that I questioned a little bit. It is a little bit of a bump up. But yeah, I'm not rolling for prices here for this last race. And my third horse here is the 6. The 6 is True Grace, again with my guy Angel Suarez in the mounts, Sean Morrow as the trainer. Both exceptional young men. 6 is coming off a great last race. He didn't win, but he won 2 times ago. He's hit the tote board, I think 3 of the last 4 times, coming third off the claim for Sean. I think that we can get him. We might be able to get his picture taken. So I have the 1, 4, and 6. Again, 6, the True Grace. I'm hoping that we might stay at 6-1 or so. I might put, again, depending on the scratches, we might get a little bit better odds or less odds with this 6. Just to let you know, Angel's won in the past 7 days. He's been on 7 mounts. He's won 3 times. It's not too shabby. But so that's where I am for the last race.
What's your scratch horse?
Let's say the 2.
Okay.
The 2 is Ignito.
You don't even need to talk about the 2 because I'll just go straight into mine because the 2 is my top choice here by a lot. So rightfully so, you better hope somebody scratches just so you can get the 2 into your plays. Is all I'm going to say.
Okay.
I love the fact that this horse has been down in Florida for so long. It has shown signs of this horse being like pretty good, and then some days just it doesn't work out. We get a trainer change, and then it comes up here to Delaware. They put blinkers on, and then it just runs a fucking bullet. Just went blazing 47. First time it worked at Delaware.
Yes.
Obviously, I would want to say this horse should be talented enough, given off of some of the glimpses we've seen of it in the past, to win this race pretty easily. And I love the fact that it clearly adapted to the track right away. The moment it got up here, the first time it worked out. Now we're going to get the first chance to actually see it. 12 starts, 2 wins, not great. No places, 2 shows. Obviously, it doesn't look good. But I love the fact that this horse has been down again. I'm totally contradicting myself when I talked about like Florida horses and that. I totally contradicted myself, which I will do. But I do love the fact that it did come up here, and then the first thing it does is run a bullet. That's I think that to me that means it obviously, like, again, it showed signs of life down there, and then it comes up here and obviously took to the track. So I'm hoping Florida won, and I hope no one sees that. I hope I get a little
First
bit
off the claim.
We'll see. Yeah.
First off the claim. That's always a good angle.
So I like the change of scenery, and I like this horse coming in. I'm with you on the 6 too. I love the 6 a lot. Especially too, we're gonna have a wet track tomorrow for sure.
Yes.
And it just ran a really good second at 1 mile and 16th on a wet track. Before that, I mean, won it at all sorts of places at this sort of level before, and been very, very competitive. I mean, this horse was running in high level maiden special weights in New York.
Come on, yeah,
for a long time.
Aqueduct.
Until it ended up going down to Tampa to break its maiden. But I think there's something to this. I mean, this is
had your boy Joel Rosario on his back.
Joel, Alvarado. I mean, obviously, well, Rosario's not doing great right now, so it is what it is. Dennis has a quick question. Tom help us out with this too. Who is the jockey on the 2? I have them 1 for 1 at Delaware.
The 2.
Chavez.
Chavez. I'm not 100% sure, Dennis, but yeah, that's a great percentage. He might be from Finger Lakes or something like that. We've been losing a lot of jockeys to Colonial and on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So we're getting other jocks come in that I'm not 100% familiar with.
Well, in preparation, I had to look at the top like jocks at Delaware just to know, because obviously I feel like it's something you should have
you
in your back pocket.
Like you know what you're talking about with Rodriguez, Suarez.
I looked it up about an hour and a half ago. So yeah, I did not know, but that was one, especially on a horse that I like, I did not see. So yeah, obviously it's not a Delaware native, I guess, really. Dennis, I will say this: Florida horse is stuck in the 9th. I'm with you there in the 10th, and then I'm blindly putting up this comment. AJ, I know AJ doesn't know Charlestown. Tom, you know, because PSR, that is by far the hardest track to close on. So I like the 3 maybe to hit the board at 15-1. Don't have to pick 3, but
I think you could definitely hit the board. Aubrey Green has she is one of those jockeys that will always hit the board at a 15-1 shot. She won me a nice race a couple weeks ago. They flew her down to Louisiana for a race, and it was something like a 35-1 shot. She freaking blew them all away. But yeah, she's a good jock, and she's always sneaking in the money on these bombers.
And her and that trainer are 1 for 2 right now, so they're at 50%. Not bad.
Yep, that's not bad.
So no, I love the 2. I really like the 6, and the third horse I'll throw in again is your 1. We don't differ a whole lot, which kind of sucks.
I know.
We differ a whole lot. I
Oh,
did honestly. I didn't even realize the coming back to the trainer until you said it. I just went based off of numbers and kind of performances, and
right.
I kind of made my way here with this horse. Now I like it even more just because of that. Um, so
It's a weird, interesting angle. I mean,
mm,
it's
yeah, obviously, if you're a good trainer somewhere and you like a horse and it's out there and you go get it, I mean, there's got to be something to that horse. Am I wrong?
yeah.
So
Yeah, that's why I like them.
yeah. The only thing, Tom, I will say is I am not about this 4.
Okay.
I'm not about this 4. I've seen. Look, I mean, I get why. I mean, it's 9 to 5, sure, but
It's a good power horse, but
it's
the
been
it's a
out
whole
there at
track
parks.
thing. Yeah.
But I've seen this horse lose by 19 and 12 and 9 and
Yeah.
8 and 7, and it's been all over the place. Like, I mean, can you trust this horse? I mean, 2 of its last 4 races, it's either lost by a head, lost by 2, or it's lost by 20. It feels like with this horse. So right now, especially, it won by or it got second by head, then lost by 19, then got second by 2.5, and then lost by almost 10 again. So I guess realistically, if you're playing that pattern, yeah, it should maybe do pretty well here. But even so, those wins or those good efforts didn't result in wins. So, I mean, when I look at this horse, his past performances, and I see so many double digit, like behind by double digit lengths, like a lot, a lot, a lot. I question, and it's got a bug on him. I question whether or not this horse is even. I mean, I think 9 to 5. Come on, Delaware. What are we doing here? Like, what are we doing,
That's
Delaware? Who
that's
makes the
fair.
morning lines there? Because me and them need to have a talk. Because I don't think this horse needs to be 9 to 5. I mean, I get it if speed's holding up, and this should maybe be the leader. Definitely could be the leader into the turn, but yeah, I cannot by any means get behind this 4. I was not, so I'm going 1, 2,
Okay.
6. If I had to pick a scratch horse, I want to say maybe the 7. Let me talk myself into the 7. Or clown, upper
7.
clown. Ooh, clown.
Oh, there you go.
There's the clown angle. Of course, this horse
Yeah.
is lost by 1,000 lengths all the time too. But hey, last time it ran at 1.70 or not the last time. At the end of last year, it ran at 1.70 and looked kind of okay at 6.5 claimer. No, I can't talk about 7. I'll go with the 7.
Oh,
Um,
better
I
better
know
pedigree. Better
I
better
should
pedigree on that
I
7 too.
should pick the 8 just because of the name, but I'll go the 7 as my scratch horse. Horse has been around a lot. I mean, when you go down the line, obviously the last 2 races weren't that great, but before that, you're looking at first, second, third, second, fifth. I mean, this
Come
horse
to a
is
new
this horse
come into
can
a
be
new
competitive.
trainer. Come into a new
Yeah,
trainer. I do
yeah. Second time
I
off
think
the
it's
claim.
definitely a better
Yeah.
trainer with Jose than Amber.
So
And it's got that jockey that I was telling you about earlier, Raul, who who just who who's always on like a 7 or 8 to 1, and he sneaks in there, gets his picture taken.
that's all you need, man.
Yeah,
You
yeah, yeah,
gotta love those long shot jocks, man.
yeah, yeah. He's a good Florida jockey.
So you real quick because I didn't write it down this time around. You were going with all those kitten like I was. You had the 6 as well, and then you had the 4.
Correct. And then my
Your
scratch
scratch
was the 2,
2. Oh, my 2. Okay.
year 2.
All right. So
You did
um,
a you did a good. Unfortunately, you did a good job of convincing me against that 4, but I'm sticking to my guns.
oh, you should. I don't think that. I mean, God, I toss that horse. Of course, watch it win now. As I say that. All right, so let's look. That's it. That's the pick 3 sequence. Maybe next time we'll give you like maybe a pick 4 or pick 5. We'll see. First time me and Tom are doing this. I mean, I don't even know if I could stay on the chat long enough with Tom to get through this. So
No, I'm
this was
impressed. I'm impressed. I thought I was gonna be either muted or kick me off for 5 minutes or
well,
something.
you didn't say anything that ridiculous or dumb. So yeah, I let you on. I let you stay on, and I was. Look, I mean, obviously, if there's a track you're going to go out to and you want craft beer, apparently Delaware is the one, man. Again, so
It's
yeah, a whole new level of respect that I didn't think I had.
Hey, we're more than just a beautiful paddock.
An hour to cover 3 races. It's almost 3.25 hours to go over the card. Guess what, Dennis? Fuck you. We don't care because this is me and Tom's show, so we'll take as long as we want.
Let's talk it, Leah. Let's talk about the craft beer for another hour.
Look, Dennis. We'll go another hour.
Let's start at race 1. Yeah,
yeah.
Won't even talk about horses.
Yeah. So suck it, Dennis. No one cares.
You know how easy it is to sneak into to Churchill Downs when Dennis is working? He just lets you right in.
Is Dennis? Are you really a security guard at Churchill?
He is.
Is that a real thing?
Yeah. Takes the job very seriously.
I just met Dennis for the first time like a week ago.
He's a good kid.
The fact that anyone trusts you to secure anything, Dennis, I'm a little concerned. Especially one of the major tracks in America. Like, I'm thinking about going down to Churchill and just, I mean, what do I need a ticket for if I know Dennis is working?
Oh,
probably get back to the paddock. I mean, I'll probably get in the silks room. I'll just put on some silks and ride a horse if Dennis is.
Oh, sure. What are you like 6'3", 6'4"? You'll fit. Yeah. Yep. You'll. Me and you and Randy. We're all 6'3", 6'4".
3-horse field. It's me, Tom, and Randy on the back of horses.
The horse, they'll be.
No, we can only go about 3 furlongs.
The two is 55 pounds over.
And at the quarter pole, they've gone 1 minute and 50 seconds with the added 500 pounds on their backs.
The guy in the Colts jersey just decided to get off the horse.
Yeah, he's got off.
One jockey has a craft beer in their hand.
And the tallest one is still on the horse, but clearly he's drunk as he's trying to go backwards
and yelling at everybody. But seriously, I can't. Can you imagine going to your job every day and being like, "Oh, 2 pounds overweight. I got a complex." No wonder these guys and girls have complexes, man. That's tough. I mean, all kidding aside, I'm sure they're used to it. And you've interviewed jockeys. I've interviewed jockeys, but it can never. I guess they just get numb to it, but it's crazy. I don't want to do that every day.
You know what's funny is too. I was just thinking about this the other day because I think you put a movie on for background noise sometimes when you do things.
Sure.
Like, so I woke up, I think it was Saturday or Sunday, and I was just capping, and Seabiscuits, I think, is on Netflix, so I just had it on.
Mm-hmm.
And even when I seen Tobey Maguire versus Gary Stevens, and you think to yourself, like, dude, these guys are like some of the toughest motherfuckers in the world, but you never guess it because they're all 5 foot tall.
Yeah, you never guess it. Yeah, they really are. I mean, it's the only sport where I think we're talking about before, where an ambulance follows them around when they do their job. It's
and again, like, in the Tobey Maguire's like not a tall person. He's an actor.
It's like Flight.
He still looked like, I mean, he towered Gary Stevens in that movie.
Right, yeah. They did do a good job of.
Yeah, so it's one of those things too, because the whole time too, especially after now watching it probably for the first time, I think, since before we even started the show, I was thinking to myself, like, who are all the people playing the jockeys in this movie? Because I don't recognize a whole bunch.
Well, they've got to be like at the time they're probably like jockeys
somewhere, yeah.
Yeah.
And you're thinking to yourself, like, God damn, like these motherfuckers, like, and he says in the movie, like, I'm an afterthought to him. He's a 2,000-pound animal. Like, you weigh 115 pounds, and you're on the back of basically
1,500-pound
a
animal.
nuclear missile.
Yep.
Realistically, I mean, it's absolutely insane. Those guys are so.
And a little piece of metal on their head.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's yeah, I wouldn't want to. And they're
He
going.
says, and they've
They're
got
not
their
going
little,
out.
they got their little Kevlar vest on that makes them even look bigger than they actually probably are. I
Yeah,
remember when we talked to David Cohen on our show, and on screen, David Cohen, dude, he looks jacked and he looks taller. But then you see him on like TVG or something, and he's just not.
Right. Now,
But at the time, we were like, wow, that motherfucker looks like he's can move some weight, but he's also only 115 pounds, so he probably can't move a whole lot.
No, but a lot quicker than you and I, though. That's for sure.
Yeah, I would imagine. Especially to you. Think about that. I mean, it's almost like getting on the back of a motorcycle that's 20 times your size. That goes, like 100 miles an hour. I think that's a scary thought.
Oh
I
don't know how. I have a horse and he's a pain. I'll get on his back and I'll get nervous if we trot. I mean,
my grandparents had horses, and so I mean, I grew up like being able to ride horses, and like me, even like it was in high school or whatever, like still being like 200 pounds, being on the back of that thing, still kind of being scared of the fact that like this thing would ragdoll the shit out of me. Now think of a person half my size.
Yep,
is doing that. I mean, it's crazy.
There's not there. Well, think about it. There's not as much of them to step on as there is as you.
That's true. Greater chance of being missed if they get run over. What's going on, Alex?
What's up, Alex?
You missed the show pretty much. Now we're just kind of shooting the shit about jockeys being tough son of a bitches. Jose Santo was jacked.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean these guys. Yeah, they are. They gotta be. I mean, you gotta be to handle. And with one little snap of the reins, they follow them around. It's credit big time. I've said for a while they
for the crazy motherfuckers that make this sport possible.
More power to them, to those guys and gals. I mean,
I will say this, because when we talked about it on our show, but I don't think we talked about it with you, and I want to get your opinion real fast too about Flavian and the whip, because we mentioned it a few times especially because of Monmouth, and we're just talking shit now, guys. We're done with the pick three. We already gave it out. We'll give it out again, but now I'm just kind of if you got the time, I'll talk too. The Flavian got suspended, and I've heard people go each way too. I know Randy was on the side of if the whip was in his hand, he clearly wouldn't have cut over.
Which I tend to be of that school of thought, so to speak.
You would think,
but it's such a tough. It's such a tough thing to. I mean, there's sides to each argument, and it's so. Yeah, it's so difficult to say. There's not. I feel like it's one of those things. There's not a right answer because it's the whole hypothetical.
Well, especially too, we'll never know what would have happened in that situation had Flavian been able to use the whip. But you got to think though, and I would imagine come next year, coming back, Monmouth, because it wasn't long after that. I think they had another pretty big spill.
Yeah, well, I think that's when Paco fell at the Haskell.
After the Haskell.
Oh, right. I'm sorry.
Like a week or two later,
yep,
they had another one, which you would think. I mean, again, we talked about how these jockeys on the back of these massive animals. You would imagine that foam noodle that we've all kind of, I would imagine, have learned that the whip kind of is not hurting this thing. Is not hurting this beast. It's really not. I mean, again, it's more of a safety and almost directional tool than it is to
And that's the thing that I know Bravo especially has said it's a safety thing and that's why he's running out there in California,
Right.
because he's like, I can't ride, and who knows,
Yeah.
I don't know, I can't ride without the rule.
When Jersey Joe Bravo doesn't want to run at Monmouth Park.
Well, I mean, this could be we talk about this a whole other time, but
right.
I think next year, who knows what could, I mean, will it just be 1 year without the ban?
You would have to think. I feel like so much has happened that they gotta
Yeah,
go back.
they
Gotta.
do. I mean, I've only played, the only time I played Monmouth this year was the Haskell, because I was up
Haskell
there.
Day. Yeah, same.
Yeah,
Same.
and then I did play Mo Mischief on Sunday, unfortunately.
Yeah, that sucked.
That was a shitty. That was
Poor Mo.
that was a bad ride. But I have no desire to play Monmouth, quite honestly, just because of that.
Why would you?
Yeah.
Outside of Haskell Day, and even on Haskell Day, I didn't really want to.
If I wasn't there, and I wasn't in the thick of it, I wouldn't have played it. But I was.
Were
just
you at
there.
the
It was
Haskell?
fun. Yeah.
Oh, right on.
Oh yeah. I watched. Yeah, I was hanging out with Joseph Sappy, Pletcher.
Yeah, name drop. It's cool. Whatever. This is why no one likes you, Tom.
I know. I know. That's fine. I know why I'm an asshole. That's fine.
Well, let me just slowly present my cup now, as I drop all these names that I'm sure you could find on Tom and Tom's. He probably has a website. Who knows? But if you want to spend overpriced money on a coffee cup, you got a website? Where do you sell them?
On my Twitter, Tom and Tom Racing.
Okay.
Yeah. But I've sold, I don't know, 20, 25, something like that.
Wow,
which is
that many people like you. That's insane.
Yeah, well, I have 19 family members in Sarah.
Oh, that makes sense.
She felt sorry for me. So,
well, obviously she didn't have to, because you still would have sold 19 regardless. So you're making a killing, scamming your family. That's nice. Good for you.
Chop. Oh wow, yeah, that's back in the day, D-Rest. Wow. That's wow. I like that.
D-Rest, what? That. Yeah, we do need to wrap this up because it's gone a long time at this point now. But I'm just very confused about D-Rest. What is your profile picture there? What is that? Who is that?
Is that Carl Malden? I don't know. I can't. Thing that goes with age or eyes. I can't really see that small detail. But oh, it is him. Cool. It's a cool picture.
That's you? I mean, it's so small on the screen, I can't really see it that well, but it sort of looks like somebody who was like making an album in the 80s. Like, when I see it, that's what I think of.
All right. Well, you want to review the picks, and then
yes, we will do that.
We'll go on our merry way.
There is one Dennis. Yes, Han Solo on Twitter is correct. That is me, and Dennis apparently did make an album in the 80s. All right, cool. Or D-Rest, yeah. Shout out to D-Rest making an album in the 80s. All right, yeah. So the pick 3 at Delaware Park for tomorrow. My picks were the 4, 5, 9 with the 1, 3 and the 1, 2, 6. I don't remember who my actual scratch horses were, but they're out there. I'd have to go back and look. What did I did the
you had 4, 5, 9. Your scratch horse was 6.
6. I had the 6 in the first. My scratch in the second was the 2, and my last scratch in the last one was the 7. Tom went for the 3, 4, 5 with the 2, 5, and the 1, 4, 6. His scratch in the first was the 7. Scratch in the second was the 1. Yeah, 1.
Yeah. Yep.
And the scratch in the last one was the 2. Those will be out on Twitter. Yeah, we'll make sure. I won't do it personally, but Sarah will. So,
and this is our first go around. I think we might be doing this a couple times, and The only reason why we're having, hopefully, the only reason why we're having these scratch wars is because it is, if you weren't here at the beginning, it's been pouring down buckets, and we'll see what happens when it rains. Wet track, there's always scratches. So we're playing with this. Hopefully, we can do it again next week.
Yeah. Well, the plan will be, let's just point this out there. If you're available and I'm available, we have DGen's YouTube, so screw 'em. We'll do it anyway. So let's plan on doing it, Tom. That was kind of fun, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we'll keep going. We'll get better at it too. Again, I mean, you're talking
I'd
about
be more on point.
You're talking about two people who really don't like each other a whole lot, and now they're stuck together doing a show.
And we both have ADD, so it's we may be talking about 80s movies, and then all of a sudden, oh shit, we got to get back to.
We've been on for 70 minutes. About 30 of it was actually doing picks. We talked about jockeys and Monmouth and a bunch of random crap, which is kind of, I mean, that's the fun of it, right? I mean, we did what we needed to do, and
yeah, man.
Yeah, Dennis, man, for sure. Obviously, yeah, we'll bring people on. Of course we will.
Yeah. I got a couple Delaware folks, trainers, jockeys lined up.
Mr. Big Time Delaware. All right.
Well, with that said, you know what?
For myself,
you're the worst. You're the worst. You are the worst.
No, you're the worst.
You're making my dog bark. That's how
this is good, dude. I'm not looking forward to Tuesdays anymore. For myself, DGen Nation and the Triple Clowns, and Tom for Tom and Tom Racing, who will apparently is going to be my co-host for the next couple of weeks on Tuesday nights. Thank you guys for showing up. It's been fun. We had fun.
Thanks, everybody.
You had fun. But
probably not.
Let's go hit some tickets. Tom, our tickets aren't too far off. We might be able to hit this.
No, we might. I think
we might both
get something. We can get something. We might not pay. We got a couple prices, but we'll see.
And look, when my one horse hits and yours doesn't, and I win and you don't, no hard feelings, bro.
Hey, it's a long season.
A lot of weeks left. All right, thanks everybody.
All right, thanks everybody.